This segment is about manual muscle testing. Muscles turn on and muscles turn off. If they didn't, we'd walk around like sticks. In order for Abby to lift her arm, these muscles need to turn on and these muscles in the back need to turn off in order for that motion to happen. The question is, are those muscles firing in the right pattern at the right time in the right moment?
Alright, so muscle testing has been around for a really long time. The technique we used is muscle testing, discovered by Kendall and Kendall in 1949. You guys can reference this book if you want. It's called Muscles, Testing, and Function by Kendall and Kendall. And it was actually started at Johns Hopkins University.
They were MDs! Muscle testing is used by most medical professionals. MDs, ODs, OTs, DCs, PTs. The thing is that they don't seem to be standardized in the way that they muscle test, even though they use the same textbook that all of us use. The problem is you can effectively test a specific muscle if the muscle being tested is placed in a specific position along a specific vector, resisted in a specific motion, completely opposite to the motion initiated by the muscle. Demonstration. The deltoid, probably the most commonly tested muscle across the board. First off, you gotta put the deltoid in the most optimal position. The deltoid is a tiny muscle right here. It does most of the shoulder motion over the head. Good majority of it anyway. In order to test it correctly, it needs to be put in about 50 degrees, 50% of actually already being activated, which is about here, 90-degree level field. Now, it can be tested down here and it can be tested up here, but for demonstration purposes, this is the most optimal place that Abby could recruit her deltoid in case I wanted to test it. Now, the way most schools teach it is you got to push straight down. So I'm going to push straight down. Go ahead, push up for me. That seems like a great intact deltoid muscle. Now, do we walk straight up and down? No, we don't walk straight up and down. We actually walk in arcs. If you pay attention to every joint, whatever is further away from that joint, it moves into an arc. Okay? So the art of muscle testing is actually not testing straight down and having her whole shoulder engage. It's about testing that joint and muscle in an arc in order to see if it actually can withstand that resistance. So with Abby, we're going to try that right now. She's aligned where we need her to be. And go ahead and push up into me. And I push down and in towards our hip. Try again. Try again. You're trying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that to me is an inhibited muscle. 4 out of 5. We'll get into grading scales on a different part. But witness again. If I push straight down, push up for me. And if I push in an arc, go ahead. I don't even have to do a whole lot. I got 2 fingers on it. Go ahead. Okay. Big disclaimer. Whenever we move, we're not just activating one muscle at any one time at all. That's not how we move. We wouldn't survive. We have synergistic muscles that help us in every action that we do. The thing is, that's been researched and pretty much proven, in certain positions, one muscle is firing more than all the other muscles around it. And that's basically what we mean by testing a specific muscle. That in this position, with this vector, this force, we're testing the activation of primarily this one muscle. And since it's the most under strain, can it resist? That's the big question. And if it doesn't, then we can say that, okay, most likely this muscle is inhibited due to a number of various different reasons. And the only reason why we can lift our arm over our head or keep walking is because of other synergistic muscles that are taking up and working harder for the ones that aren't working well.
Alright, so in conclusion, in manual muscle testing, what we do is we put the joint and the muscle in the most optimal position to where that muscle has the biggest advantage, so we can isolate it for testing. And we always muscle test in a specific arc related to that muscle's action. And through that, we're able to isolate that muscle and see its function, how it's functioning neurologically, if it's facilitated or inhibited, and if the muscle can resist an equal and opposite force.
For more about manual muscle testing, comment on the page, message us, like our Facebook page for MVT muscle vector taping, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow along as we keep sending out videos of information on how to use our technique. See you next time.
Bye.